Hello and welcome back to Tech of the Month. This episode, myself and Kai are bringing you a gorgeous new cross-country racer, the most expensive and lightest brakes either of us have ever seen at a whopping €1,100 and less than 350 grams. Let's get to it, starting with Yeti's new ASR. Now Kai, as you're only 12 years old, you probably won't remember the first Yeti ASR, but it is arguably one of the brand's most iconic bikes, along with the Arc. There's been loads over the years, but after a hiatus of a few years, it's back in the lineup and we both agree this is one of the best looking bikes we've had through BikeRadar towers in a while, isn't it?
It is a good looking bike, to be fair, and even I know that all Yetis should be turquoise, and this is very, very turquoise. I'm a big fan. Colour aside though, it looks to be similar to many other XC bikes out there, so what makes it special?
Well, first off is the price. This particular bike is decked out with some seriously nice kit, but it costs a very, very pretty penny. This is the T3 XO build and it costs an eye-watering £8,399 or $8,600.
Yikes, that is a lot of cash. But it has got pretty much everything you could want from an XC bike. It has SRAM's XO transmission, as per the name of the build, and unusually for the Yeti, you get RockShox suspension rather than Fox, which the brand has traditionally fitted to its bikes. It has the latest 35mm stanchion SID Ultimate up front and SID Lux shock out back, delivering 120 and 100mm of travel respectively. Both are hooked up to RockShox twist lock remote to control the compression modes, but I'm not a fan of the cluttered cables personally.
Yeah, I'm not either. But for XC racing, unless you have wireless flight attendant, you're gonna have to live with it, I guess, if you want to be able to control the fork and shock remotely from the bar. I do much prefer the twist lock over other designs though. At least you can use a proper under the bar dropper either way, can't you?
That's true.
So what else stands out from the spec sheet, Kai?
Well, I was surprised to see you only get alloy wheels rather than carbon, which is surprising given the price. They are DT Swiss's XR1700 wheels, which are great, but other bikes for similar prices come with carbon wheels.
Yeah, you'd expect it, wouldn't you?
You can upgrade to DT Swiss's carbon XRC wheels in the US, but that's going to cost you an extra $2,000, and you can't do it at all in the UK. That makes it a very spendy rig, but is that just the price you pay for a boutique brand these days?
It is an awful lot of money, isn't it? And as always, we want to know your thoughts. What should you pay for a boutique bike from a brand like Yeti? Let us know down in the comments.
Next up, we have some impossibly lightweight and very shiny Trickstuff brakes, which I know you're very excited about, Tom.
I am very excited indeed. Not helped by the fact I had to wait ages for these, so thanks Customs for that one. But they are finally here and I am buzzing to get them on my bike. I mean, just look at them, they are gorgeous, aren't they?
They are incredibly nice brakes. And if the viewers thought the Yeti was pricey, how much are these, Tom? Because they don't look cheap.
Yeah, no, these are not cheap at all, not even slightly. Sit down viewers at home because these Trickstuff Piccola carbon brakes cost €1,100. If you want to get yourself a pair, prepare to wait for at least 12 months for a set because they are produced in tiny numbers and demand is literally phenomenal despite that astronomical price tag.
Wow, that is wild, Tom. How come they cost so much?
Well, part of it is down to that small scale production as I mentioned, but also the incredible detail and work that goes into them as well as the materials. The lever blades, for example, are carbon fibre and rotate on 4 bearings for a super smooth and solid feel. All the hardware is titanium and the tiny master cylinder and caliper are CNC machined from aircraft grade 7075 T6 aluminium. This pair of brakes weighs just 301 grams without rotors, which is just ludicrous. It's almost half the weight of Shimano's XTR race brakes, arguably the current benchmark cross-country brake. The weight saving is so extreme that the stainless steel pistons inside the caliper are completely machined out inside. I mean, look at them. I mean, they are absolutely ridiculous. There's basically nothing left.
Okay, that looks pretty sketchy to me, Tom, actually. They're just so small and lightweight, they feel like nothing in your hand.
There's literally not much to them.
I presume that means they're aimed at XC racer boys and weight weenies?
Primarily, yes, but don't be fooled because Trickstuff claim these are still seriously powerful and only outdone by their equally expensive Durastima and Maxima brakes. They don't recommend them for enduro bikes, but for your trail bike, despite the lack of weight and only having 2 pistons, they should still have plenty of power. Hopefully I'll be putting that claim to the test soon, as I'm pitching these against 2 other brakes, Shimano's super budget $100 MT200 and Hayes' $400 Dominion A2, to see just how they stack up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that is going to be a banger.
Tom, got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your favourite tool for fixing your bike?
A hammer.
A hammer, great. Okay, well, you might not be interested in this then. But for those of us that don't like using a hammer on our bike, this is Crankbrothers' new TT17 twin tube toolkit.
Yeah, that's not a hammer.
Yeah, no, not a hammer, but it's probably better for fixing your bike out on the trail and for keeping your tools neatly stashed on your bike. This clever little toolkit features 17 different tools, housed within the clever pop-out tubes within the body. It bolts neatly onto bottle cage or accessory mounts on your frame, keeping your tools close to hand when you need them. And if you need a little trailside maintenance, just pop it open, there you go, you've got your tools ready to rock.
That is pretty clever and actually quite useful as well if you want to stash tools on your bike, but you can't have something like OneUp's EDC, which I know we're both fans of. That snazzy Öhlins RXC34 fork that I'm testing at the minute, for example, has a carbon steerer tube, so I can't put my EDC in there.
So you get most of the things you need to fix smaller issues at the trail side. There's a 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5 and 6mm hex tools, plus an 8mm adapter bit, a T25 Torx tool, flat head screwdriver, tyre plug tool with 2 plugs, tyre lever, chain tool, 3 spoke wrenches, a valve core tool and a CO2 head.
Wow, that's impressive.
Impressive indeed. And there's also a storage tube to fit a spare chain link and 16 grams or 20 gram CO2 cartridge, which are sold separately, so it's got plenty of tricks up its literal sleeve. The chain tool is really clever. It uses the tyre lever as the handle and the multi-tool to wind the driving pin, which I really like, as it keeps things simple and not too bulky.
Nice, that is pretty clever actually, and it looks great too. Crankbrothers know how to make something relatively dull look pretty cool and interesting. So come on then, how much does that bad boy cost?
Well, it is a bit pricey at £119.99, or the same in dollars. And it weighs 247 grams too, so you are going to be adding some weight to your bike and losing some from your wallet. Well, there you have it. We'll put links in the description if you want to know more about any of this month's products.
And if you want to see more of the latest mountain bike tech, then give this a watch.